Imagine you're 18 years old, you've just started to get into self-improvement, you're feeling good about yourself, you're seeing a lot of results. But then you start to listen to everybody else rather than just listening to yourself. And these people, they are anything but bad people. But you, in a way, you're looking up to them because they're living a life that you want to live, and you're going to work. You think your job's the worst thing in the world, and it will never make you happy, and it's not making you happy at all. You're really unsettled, and you're waking up at 4:30. You're getting ready to go to the gym for 6 o'clock. You get to the gym, wrap up that session. You're starting work. You're doing a full day's work. Monday to Friday, and every single day for 2 years, you are just working your ass off after work with your 9 to 5 with the gym, and you're sort of separating yourself from reality and just living in your own world. And then you start saying that you're going to quit your job, and you'll never be happy unless you get out the 9 to 5. Imagine that. Imagine how bad that is, because that was my life for 2 years. From 18 years old to 20 years old, I thought what I was doing was the best thing in the world. I thought I was becoming the man I always wanted to be, but in reality, I wasn't building a good life for myself. I was just trying to escape the life I was living because I was told that working a 9 to 5 isn't rated, it isn't good. And look, I'll be honest, I say it all the time, working a 9 to 5 ain't the best thing in the world. But what's worse than that is not trying at all, not trying to better your life because you're scared. You should feel, I don't want to say comfort because it's not the right word, but you should feel happy that even if you're working a 9 to 5, it doesn't matter if you're putting in the work to build something better. You're not just accepting it. And I was lost. I thought what I was doing was the best thing ever, but it wasn't at all. It was probably worse than just sitting and doing nothing, to be honest. Actually, no, I take that back. Because it's put me in the position I'm in today, where I can record these videos and speak through true experiences as a normal 21-year-old guy. Don't ever, I want you to fully take this in. Don't ever, ever, ever attach your happiness to any object, that goes for cars, money, even success as well, like how well you're doing in life. Don't ever attach your happiness to anything other than yourself, because of course things can make you happy and they can bring you happiness, but it's only for a short amount of time, for the most part anyway. The person you spend the most time with is yourself, so it needs to come from within, and it's a perspective thing. Take that from me, how you perceive the world and every event in your life and in your day as well that plays out on a day-to-day basis, that will add to your happiness, because things go wrong all the time for everybody. I've had things go wrong today, yesterday, last week. I had a really, really rough week, but never in any of those moments when all of those jobs at work were going wrong and I had to wake up at 4:30 on a Saturday when I've already worked, Monday to Friday. I had to wake up at 4:30 and go to work for free to go and put my mistakes wrong, just for it to go wrong again. I was frustrated, but it wasn't a frustration as in I've completely lost my head. I've let it ruin my day. I let it ruin my weekend, my week, or whatever. It was just, alright, it is what it is. Just keep it pushing. Move on to the next thing. That is where happiness starts from, because if you're emotionally reactive to every little thing, you're never gonna have that feeling of that inner peace. Okay? And I've attached my happiness, and I used to tell myself that I will never be happy unless I get on my 9 to 5. So if we're going off of that, I shouldn't be happy right now, but I am. I'm in such a good spot right now in my life. The best place I've ever been mentally. And I'm also doing what I want to do. And I've also had the most success in my life overall. And that's because I haven't attached it to money. Like, I'm not making money from these videos. The side hustles I was doing before, I was making money. Like, it wasn't every single day, but it was every single month. But I still wasn't happy because I wasn't content. And it's not all bad, because if you tell yourself, okay, like, I'm not gonna be happy until I've achieved X, Y, and Z, you could argue like it keeps you working, and it keeps you like continuing to progress rather than just sitting back and being complacent, which I don't promote at all. Like, always be hungry for more. But your happiness, you can just enjoy the journey. Because the things I was saying back then, like, I don't even do them things anymore. I don't do any of them side hustles. I haven't for the past year. So it's like, I just wasted all that time. But yeah, I think this is like an important video, because so many people push the message of I've never been happy, the job's not finished, which is all true. But you shouldn't delay happiness. Happiness doesn't deserve to be delayed. Because believe it or not, when you're happy and you're enjoying the journey, and you're not really letting anything get you down, everything is much easier, everything runs much more smoothly, and you attract more to your life. And that is just a fact. Research that as well, fact check me, I don't care. I'm right. And yeah, just keep it pushing and don't ever delay your happiness.